On today's episode of the Beyond Kicks podcast, we're talking about the rumored Travis Scott SB's restocking.
Our thoughts on Shein selling Jordan reps.
And at the end of the episode, we'll be taking a look at some of the upcoming releases and telling you our thoughts.
So let's dive into it.
We're back.
Sick. Yes, sir. How's your week been?
It's been good. It's been busy. Memorial Day kind of threw everything off, I feel like. It's already, Wednesday?
Yeah, same.
It's already Wednesday. But, no, it's been good. It's been good. I finally got the office kind of situated. If you're on YouTube, you can kind of check it out. We got shelf. We hung something up. We got some more look-see cases coming. But it's kind of just starting to form. So I just recorded a bunch of content last night. And so it's kind of a new mindset. I know you just had this with your office and stuff, how you kind of get motivated again to do like new ideas and stuff. So I'm excited.
It's trying to get used to like using the different spaces that you have. Cause I mean, like you were saying, like you have your podcast desk, you have your YouTube desk, you have your like TikTok Reels kind of set up. So it's just like, you know, learning how all of the setups can work together and you can use different props for different things. It's so fun. I'm still in that set. I feel like every time I go to shoot a video, there's like 3 different options that come in mind every time. I'm like, okay, so do I do the voiceover on the backdrop? Should I do it like at my desk? Should I do it at my other desk? What do I do? So I'm just constantly like trying to figure out which one I want to do, you know, moving forward with all the content. But it's crazy.
100%.
It's fun though. It's fun. What else do you need to complete the studio? What is next on the list?
So I'm actually going to be I got to film it tonight. I'm going to be kind of building my dream studio, content studio, sneaker room, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm going to be calling it sneaker room / content room for SEO sake and whatever for social media. But yeah, I need a bigger desk. The one I'm recording at, I'm way too close to the monitor. It's a 27-inch monitor, and I'm probably a foot and a half away from it. So I don't have like a good chair to sit on yet. It's just a metal like bar stool almost.
Yeah.
And so, because my standing desk was the one that I always stood at. I never had this. I had this monitor in my closet for a while. It's like nice LG 4K monitor, but I just never used it because I got my new MacBook. So it's like that screen's better. And so
True.
I was like, for the podcast, it would be really nice to have the monitor set up where I can just swing the mic over like I'm doing now. I'm sure the audio is going crazy. And
Oh yeah, turn the mic up just a little bit, by the way.
I'm going to turn the mic up just a little bit. Okay.
Oh, that's perfect.
But then I have what?
I say it's perfect. There you go.
Okay.
Bingo.
But then I have like a dedicated tripod for the camera and like just a spot to edit if I want to edit or record or watch YouTube videos, just a dedicated spot. And then the standing desk is really nice for recording because if I'm behind it and I want to stand up for the video, I just raise it up, raise my tripod. It's super easy to adjust. If I need a top-down shot, I can lower it, put the C-stand, get a top-down shot, get the best angle on it. And so you can, with the standing desk on content, I highly recommend it. I just got the legs on Amazon. I think they were like $160. I got them 3 years ago. They still work flawlessly. And then you can just get a tabletop at IKEA. So
that's what I'm
interested
in
in that. I think I have it on my Amazon store on my website. But yeah, no, so it's the content studio is getting there. But a bigger desk, I think I'm going to run to IKEA after this and go grab that. So
that's the move, dude. Yeah, I need to figure out the perfect or just have like all my stuff already set up because now like my podcast mic, I just take it off the table and just throw it in the corner now because I'm like, okay, I need this for this, and I'm just it's everywhere. And I just have stuff all over the place. I have probably like so many, well, from the Look-See Design cases, I have all those boxes in the corner, all these other boxes in the corner, and I'm like,
I'm glad you got some of those cases.
Same. I was really excited about it. He hit me up before I even moved. It was probably like 6 months ago. And I was like, I would love to, do something with you guys, but I have no room at my old apartment. I was like, hit me up in like March, give or take, when I move. So it's been a long time coming, but now I finally have kind of a space for them. Still trying to figure it out, but I'm excited. They're super sick, gorgeous,
top notch. I mean, I've had mine for a year now, and I got a bunch more on the way when they restock, because I did a couple of brand videos for them a couple months ago, and I was like, I'd wait till I get in the new place to ship them, because I have no room for them either, because they're super nice, and I'll tell you, they're a pain to move. I can imagine. Just a nightmare to move. So, but they're sick. That's not surprising. They're super sick.
Yeah, display cases are the move. I have another 4 or 5 to review as well that one of my friends sent me from TikTok. And then aside from that, another one of my friends has a ton, and he was like, hey, review mine too. So I'm just like, okay, I got to review this. I got to review this and this and this. I have like 7 or 8 videos lined up, and I'm just like, when am I going to have time to get to all of this? And then,
good to have content.
It is. Oh, dude, it's refreshing. It's so refreshing. And I have more stuff on the way that I'm like, okay, well, I'm good for a little while, so this will be nice. Keep me busy for a little bit. But yeah, dude, it's been fun. What was I wanted to talk about?
I see a new pair of shoes behind you. I'm looking at the pair of shoes that we talked about last episode, actually. What are do you want to tell us about those? He's pulling them out. I'll let him explain it. If you're on YouTube, if you're not on YouTube, then hop on YouTube, because he's pulling out a pretty exclusive, unreleased pair, a couple of pairs. Jordan 1 Highs.
Couple of pairs. Yeah, so I got the privilege to check out the Air Jordan 1 High OG Royal Reimagined. It is very cool. I go back and forth, but like on how I feel about it, because I'm a huge fan of nubuck. I'm a huge fan of suede. I prefer that over leather on most shoes. But for some reason, like the blue is just very, very blue. It's like very royal blue, which is what it's supposed to be. Like it. You know, like you can even tell on just the MacBook camera, like it's blue. So I'm like, I feel like if they made it look a little more like, what were they? It was like the Olympic pack that came out that has like, you know, the navy, the red, the yellow, and the green, like the clay greens that you had a while ago. If it was like a darker blue, they would look sick. But I don't know. To me, it's just a little too blue. It's a little too blue. Overall, though,
fair enough.
Materials are sick. But one thing that is really weird about these, and I was actually talking to Charlie about it the other day, they're almost like mids. Can't really tell on the camera right now, but the height difference between these, or on the audio, that makes sense. But the height difference between these and the Palominos that I have in my other hand, it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but when you're holding them in hand, it looks significantly different, which is weird to me. And it's like the back kind of has a little bit more of a hump to it as well. So I'm like, are they...
It's very 2013 looking for Jordan 1 High.
Exactly. So I'm curious what the story is going to be behind these. Is it just like, hey, that's how they decided to make it? Or did they decide to, you know, go back to like a different cut? And just, I don't know. I'm curious.
I think they'll chalk it up to the Reimagine, where it's a different cut, like you said, where it's... You flash it back even just 10 years, and that's what the cut was for early
which makes
2000s
sense
up until 2015 or whatever.
I'm just really excited to see what the rollout they do for these are, because there isn't any information on them. Obviously, we don't know what the box looks like, and I'm assuming, you know, it's not going to be the same as the Lost and Found, where it's, you know, a lost shoebox that's been sitting in the back. They're going to go a different route. But one thing I think is very interesting is, I mean, up until this point, we had the Jordan 3s, the Lost and Founds. Both of those have very, you know, they're vintage. The vintage aesthetic is what the Reimagine has been known for up until this point. Then now they're coming out with these, and instead of vintage aesthetics, they essentially just reworked the entire shoe. I mean, they reimagined it, quote unquote, but not in the same way the other two pairs were. So it has me a little curious to see, a year, 2 years down the road, what they're gonna continue to do with the reimagined pairs, like the black toes coming out next year. I'm like, are they gonna look like the Lost and Founds, or are they gonna do something completely different?
Interesting to think about.
So it's like, okay, now I feel like it's different. They definitely shook it up. So I'm curious to see if that kind of, waters down the hype for the reimagined series, or if it's just gonna, because I mean, with the last two releases, everyone was stoked for all of them, and then with this, it's like, oh, it's interesting. But what do you think about them? Would you rock these bad boys?
I say no now, but getting them in hand if I like them, maybe. I just usually with shoes with black paneling, I don't rock a lot. Like breads, I'm not a huge fan because I've talked about this a million times over. Of course, now I'm wearing a white shirt today, but most of the time I'm wearing a black shirt or a gray shirt or something like that. And so I like a little pop of color. I mean, you can see if you're on the YouTube, you can see my cases. They're all white dominating shoes, and that's just, I think they pop a little bit more. Something about, I don't know. I mean, they're cool. I'd maybe rock them. I need to get a pair of Lost and Founds first, and then, I mean, it would be fun to have like all the reimagined collabs. I got the 3s, but yeah.
You know what that would look sick in? 3 look-see design cases, all the reimagines. Now I'm thinking, got that marketing brain going.
Smart man.
So that'll be sick. But yeah, they're fine. They're not my favorite, but we'll see. I just want to know what the marketing rollout is. That's the big plan.
It'll be interesting.
Yep. Cool.
What else is new with you? Anything?
Dude, I've been just laser focused recently, trying to just focus on making content better, which has been so fun. Trying to put a lot of emphasis on value and delivering value to the people watching the video, whether it's a product review or a sneaker review, like, whatever it is, trying to review and show people how things actually work. And it's been fun. So I've got few different crease protectors on the way because that's been going, a few different shoes, a few different cases, like just all fun stuff that I think people would be interested in. So it's been just a lot of focusing on videos, man. Trying to stay busy.
I like it.
But aside from that, let's dive in. You want to dive into some sneaker news?
Yeah, we got a lot to cover on this episode, so buckle in because we're going to be kind of rapid firing through a bunch of different stuff, all the hottest news and topics that we threw together about an hour ago that are the most prominent over the last week. So,
amen. All right, so the first one on the list, I don't know if you've seen anything about this, but the Black Cat Jordan 6 SB? Question mark? Why did they choose a Jordan 6 for an SB?
It's beyond me. I have no idea. I've literally was thinking about this as we were putting the podcast script together about why would you want to skate that? First of all, like a high top that's really stiff, I don't see the appeal to it. I guess there's extra padding on it, but especially a Black Cat too, if you're skating in the summer, I feel like your feet would be on fire, right?
Oh, that would be so bad.
What are we talking about here?
I don't know. Weird. And that like outsole, midsole, like it's not. It's quite literally a basketball shoe. You don't see people out here skating in Kobe's. It's just, I don't know. It just makes no sense to me. We haven't really seen any photos of these yet, but we've seen renders, and who was it? Rico Suave, one of the guys that leaks a ton of stuff. Every now and then he'll have some really, really early stuff. He won't show the pictures because if he shows the actual pictures of the shoe, like he can get in trouble. But every now and then he'll post to his private stories just like little snippets or like a random detail. Like he'll post the Wings logo And I'm like, oh, I kind of know what shoe that is. And the other day he posted, I don't remember what it was, if it was like the little diamond in the middle of the sixes and it said like Nike SB
It was
on
the
it.
tongue tag of the 6. I
Is that
remember
what it
seeing
was?
it.
Yeah. And I was like, wait, what? Why is this a thing? So
I was very confused too because we haven't really seen any. I mean, that was the first, like, I remember seeing that and I was like, what is this now? Because we haven't seen anything about them at all. So,
yeah, I don't know. I don't even know when they're releasing. I'm sure it's going to be mid to late next year if I had to guess, but I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's definitely not the mashup I would have thought. But aside from that, what is another Jordan model that you think Nike SB could do a great collaboration on? Because they did the 1s, they've done the 4s. I feel like 3s, obviously, because it's kind of like same kind of deal as the 4, in my opinion. But
3s.
what do you think?
Thinking 2 lows just seemed like a pretty obvious one as well.
I would skate
And then
2
my
lows.
other thought, yeah, I think that it just would be, it's just a good low. And then I think the other thought would be a Jordan 11 if they switch the patent leather to a suede or something different and they completely change the model up. And like, if it was a high top, it would be really good, but the patent leather makes them stiff. And there's the carbon in the foot. Like, if they changed the patent leather to suede or leather, I think it would look really cool. Or a
Dude.
Jordan 11 low would be cool too.
I just got the best idea. So if they did a Jordan 11, what they would need to do is make it a mashup of the Nike's SB Zoom Tray, TRE. I had to look it up to see what it was, but this shoe was super hot. I remember when I was in middle school for SB. The whole toe box is like mesh, but it's like a plastic mesh. And it's super durable for skating. They actually discontinued them because they lasted. This is what the rumor is. They discontinued them because they lasted too long. So people weren't buying as many skate shoes because this shoe was just bulletproof. I had a ton of friends that had them. I could never get my hands on a pair because they were like, I mean, 180 bucks, you know, however much back when I was a kid. And I was like, nah, that's way too much. But yeah, I had friends that skated them and they lasted forever. So if you took that, did it on the side paneling of the 11s, that's a skate shoe. That's a skate shoe.
I think at 11 that they haven't given a lot of love to 11s where they've really branched out on the design, and that might be because it's Jordan's favorite model out of all of them and he doesn't want that to be the case. That could be, who knows, I doubt it, but I think that there's a lot of potential with the 11 instead of just doing a neutral gray color or just redoing the Space Jams. Like, give us
Because they just do like one a year. That's like, you know, the holiday drop every year for the 11s, and it's like,
yeah, I mean,
do something.
Give Jordan 11 some love because they need it.
That was the first pair of Jordans that I fell in love with, was the Bred 11s. I was obsessed.
I think a lot of people, yeah.
And then, you know, later on I discovered 6s, 1s, all the other stuff, and I was like, wait, these are actually cool too. But for some reason, dude, the Bred 11s, I was just dialed in. That is what I needed. But interesting. What is the next thing on the list? What we got?
Travis Scott Nike SB restock. So,
So weird.
you want to start this one off here? Talk about your thoughts on it.
I mean, personal opinion, I feel like it's just lazy. Like, how can they not just switch up the colorway? I don't know. In my opinion, it's a cool
like it's
shoe. Yeah. Like,
I'm calling cap. I think it's like where the Lost and Founds were called the Chicago Reimagined, and they're really just the Lost and Founds. And we didn't really know that. I think that it's actually going to be another SB. There's also been a ton of other Travis Scott prototypes that he's been wearing recently, where there's big flaps on them. The swoosh is really small, but it's still backwards, and they look like a Jordan 1 low, but they're not. But they look like a weird skate shoe. I don't think that they're actually going to restock these. I would be shocked. I think that this is some cap. That's just my
I think it is
opinion.
too. Now that I think about it, because same person I was talking about earlier, Rico Suave, about a month ago, he posted on his story. It was just a black screen with text, no photos. And he just said, new Travis SB on the way. And I feel like if it was the same, he would have just posted the story of like, you know, a photo of the originals. Mm-hmm. But, you know, if it's new, he can't post photos of it. So I'm like, feel like it has to be something different.
Yeah, and I don't know what kind of credibility this dude has. I've just started seeing his stuff all over the place, but
yeah, true.
I mean, with the Travis 6 SBs, I think there's some credibility there. So yeah, I mean, I hope it's something new. I think we need something new, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit. But yeah, Travis SB restock, maybe not.
Weird. Another thing I was thinking about. You got it.
I was just gonna say, give me the. I guess we can't do over under. We can't do. Give me like a percentage that you think out of 100, like 100% they're restocking. What do you think? Like the chance that they restock are
like a 20% chance, maybe. In my opinion, I just didn't think the shoe was hot enough. Yeah, like 15-20%. In my opinion, it wasn't that hot of a shoe. Like, it's cool, but Like, when have they ever restocked an SB?
For me, so.
Really? I didn't like it. I don't know why.
I hope it's grown on me a ton. The bandana print and I've been on the hunt for a pair of those for a long time. The only other problem with those is they're faked so often.
Exactly.
And that's been the case for years. But yeah, it's such a cool shoe. But
I think that's the problem for me. Like, any shoe that is faked out the ass, I just don't care about it because, I mean, like I always say, living in Atlanta, you see people wearing sneakers all the time. And when a shoe starts getting faked, you see it even more. So it's like, I see them all the time. I see all the Travises. I see all the Off-Whites. I see all, like, whatever it is. 9 times out of 10, I see it, and I'm like, I see the rest of the fit they're wearing, and I'm like, okay, that's probably not real.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't mean to judge, but I'm like, come on, man. Come on. But I don't know.
Yeah, so I think we'll roll it into the next. We got Yeezys restocking started today. So we talked about this a ton in depth in the last episode, and we're not going to go crazy into the whole Kanye Adidas thing, but Yeezys restocked today on the Confirmed app. Did you go for any of them? We had like some 450s, we had some 700s, we had some slides, we had some foam runners. There was a second like dropping of them in the afternoon, and like more raffles went live. And there were a lot of new colorways too, which they just did like a bulk drop. It was kind of weird, and I entered a couple of slide raffles and no luck. But
really,
yeah,
that's
I mean
insane.
So you didn't go for anything today?
I didn't. No, aside from like the slides and the foam runners, like they're all so expensive for no reason, and I'm just, I don't know. I can't justify paying $220 for a pair of Yeezy 350s where in my head they're already kind of played out. Like I just see them all the time, and I'm like, okay, that's the next like Roshi run, which is what Kanye wanted. But you saw them everywhere. They were cool for a little bit. Then everybody gets them. And it's like, okay, I've seen it. I've seen it all before. But I don't know.
I agree.
Not super into them. I really just want a pair of 500s or 700 V2s.
I want a pair of slides because I'm doing trying to find the world's comfiest slide now. That's a series that I started.
10 out of 10 video, dude. That was great.
You like that?
Yeah, dude.
Good
the
deal.
Second you said you were trying to find the world's most comfortable slide, I was like, damn it, Charlie. I'm sold. I'm sold. It's a great idea.
It's tough because the first slide that I did was up there. Like, I'm trying to do like Dave Portnoy pizza style review where I can't rate them too high because then it just breaks the scale. But
smart.
I mean, the Asics 4D Acti Breeze or Acti Breeze or whatever you want to call it, they blew me away. I've had them for a while. I got a size too big, so I really want to get my size, but they feel really weird. I mean,
how do they fit? Is it like true to size? or did you get like
Go true to
half
size on them. Well, it's weird because they have
They're full
size large, XL, medium, and so it's like, yeah. So I think a large was a 9.5, or I think it was a 9 to a 10.5, and then which I don't even know how that works. And then XL was 11 to 12.5 or something like that. And so I got an XL because I was like, might as well play it big, and they're way too big. They're not even close. So definitely go true to size on those. But
that's one I've wanted for a while now.
Yeah, they're cool. So yeah, I want to get a pair of Easy Slides for the review. So hopefully this tanks prices a little bit, but
Smart.
Yeah, otherwise Yeezys were played out. Listen to last week's episode, we talked a lot about it.
Definitely.
But talking about a shoe that's not played out, how about Mac Attacks? We just saw them in hand for the first time.
They look clean. But I mean, it's hard to tell. Shout out Private Selection for showcasing those. That's a pair I know me and Charlie both have been wanting to see for a while now.
Been talking about it for a while, yeah.
Just to see, like, how's the quality look? Any other, like, details that they kind of switched up on the originals? But initial thoughts, what do you think?
I'm bummed, kind of, and it's hard to tell because it's just online. Yeah. But the materials look pretty subpar. They look like a Nike Cortez, or not a Panda Dunk because that's pretty low. But
yeah,
I don't know. They look. I mean, they're not supposed to be a premium shoe. They never have been. But they do look like they did a good job on the retro. Like, they look pretty true to the original 80s.
I agree.
80, I think it was 89 maybe, but yeah, they're sick. Shout out Private Selection. I was not, when I clicked on their store, I was not expecting people to. I think it was Master Chief had that in hand, and I was like, I was shocked that people already had those in hand, because we were kind of confused if we were going to get a Travis Mac Attack or just the regular, or what the deal was. So
still no word on that, which is weird, but I guess really no word on the actual Mac Attacks either, but just, leaked photos. But I can definitely get behind what you're saying, though. I didn't. That's crazy.
They had a full size run for sale, OGL.
Do you know how much they were charging?
No, but I'm going to pull up their website and see if they have them on their website. I don't even know if they have a website, but
I don't think they sell them online anymore. I was watching a Not Trippin' video, and he was like, Private Selection doesn't even sell on their website anymore because price is too high, blah, 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 blah. And it was funny. Shout out Not Trippin'. Although he makes fun of all my friends. I love him.
Yeah, I've been featured there a few times.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. I've seen all his videos, dude. It's a problem. I think I'm just hoping that one day he reviews my stuff. But, why would he? It's perfect.
I remember.
Can't be mad.
I remember I was losing it one time. We were at a sneaker con, and I think it was Vegas. And at sneaker con Vegas, everyone was doing like interviews. That was the popular thing. And in Dom, Sneaker Kingdom, he made like a roast of him. And this was one that I was in. And he was like the clip after. And he was like, this 40-year-old dude needs to get out of here with the hair. And he was roasting me, saying like my fit was terrible. And I
remember that.
Balances, and I was like, I was comfortable. But yeah, it's funny. You're kind of pissed right off the bat, but then you're like, yeah, it doesn't do any harm, but
I don't care.
It's kind of funny.
At this point, I'm just like, make fun of me, dude. I think it's funny.
That's how I am now. Yeah, exactly.
I don't take it that serious.
But yeah, they don't sell any shoes on their website, which is kind of a bummer. I'm curious what they're charging for those. I would say they're probably charging $450 would be my guess.
That's what I was about to say. $4 to $5.
Can't be crazy. I know Airships right off the bat were like 600 early pairs for the
wasn't that crazy, man?
Pair that came out.
I went into Request ATL. This was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. You know how much they were still selling that pair for? Like the original, not the Bike Air, but like just the every game, the blue pair. They were still selling them for like $380, and I was like,
they're like $180 now.
It was my size too. I was like, yo, wait, y'all have those? I want them right now, 9.5. How much? And they were like, oh, let me check. Oh, it's like 380. And I was like, dude, why? Like,
I get you got to pay the bills, but like put them 50
that's
over, not 200, not
taxing,
double the
bro.
price.
I don't remember what the other shoe was too, but there was another one that, oh, it was the Jordan 2 Union, the rattan, like the tan colorway. Cheap, dude. That's a cheap shoe. They're going
Those
like
are under retail.
under retail on StockX. They were charging, I think it was like 290 or 310, and I was like, for what? Why are you doing
Retail
this?
was 220, but they sell for like 150 used.
Yeah,
Now,
I actually
so.
I think it was probably like yeah, it may have been a little higher, but I remember looking at it and just being like, no. No.
Yeah, that's whack.
That's bad. Rant
Speaking
over.
about whack, Shein. There's been a ton of news talking about them. They have a few listings on the Shein website for Jordan reps. And speaking about Jordan 11s, they had some Jordan 11 breads. I don't know if you've seen this at all.
Oh.
But they had some easy foam runners and slides, some big red boots, some Balenciagas, some crazy looking 350s, which we've been seeing for years now. But
Everywhere.
I feel like they are going to get sued. But is she in a global company? Or they? I think they are.
If I had to guess, I think they are. Also, do they like is every I don't know. I'm not I mean, my girls bought some stuff from them obviously, like everyone has in the past, but
China, 2008, they
yeah.
were founded.
Do you know if every product they sell is you know when you go to a Hollister or American Eagle, like everything they sell is their brand? Do you know if everything Shein sells is their brand? Like would those shoes be branded
I think
as
it's
them?
very similar to
Like
Alibaba.
Amazon? Yeah, Alibaba. Huh.
I'm curious. I kind of want to call Abby, see if she knows, because she has bought stuff from there. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't. It says Shein. I'm looking on their website right now. Yeah, they got some crazy 350s. They call
That's
them
not surprising.
63 Ys.
Why?
Yeah, some whack stuff.
Oh,
but
that's so funny.
yeah, I don't. I think it's an Alibaba type deal, but it's clothing.
Like a
But I've also
marketplace.
seen. I'm thinking of like all the have you seen those videos of like the sweatshop workers like putting together
Yeah.
these cheap clothing, and it's like terrible working conditions, and they've been under a ton of fire over the last 5 years. And so I'm
Definitely.
wondering if that's all their brand or if it's like separate entities, and so they're not really responsible for it, or who knows.
There's
Jordan
no
Rap's
telling.
weird.
Some
So I don't think they'll
interesting
get sued
pairs to
because they're
rep.
in China, right?
Yeah.
I, maybe can you even sue international like that?
I don't, I majored in marketing. I don't know.
I did
have
too.
no clue.
Advertising for me. The only
Exactly.
thing that
I
I could
don't
think
know.
of is that they would restrict like importing to the U.S. would be like the only thing. But I don't think Nike needs to worry. They look terrible quality.
Yeah.
So.
They don't even, they don't have any branding. It's like literally just the silhouette. So, I mean,
Well,
if you see
Alibaba
someone
does the
wearing
same
them,
thing too.
oh, where you order them and they don't. And then when you get them, they have it, right? Or
Like
something like that.
they don't
Like
show
the photos
swoosh,
don't.
and then
Yeah.
yeah, or
Ooh.
Panda Buy is another one, or just weird. Like
Wait, how much are they? For like
on
the
Shein
11s.
website?
Yeah.
Let me find, because what really got them in the heat is there's a ton of listing for shoes, but the ones that they posted looked very identical to a Jordan 11, like very close. But let me see if I can find a listing here. We got some foam runners for $14.
That's a steal.
The closest one that I can find. Well, let's do some Yeezy 350s are $23,
Dang.
which is crazy cheap. Plus, you get you can join their website for 5% off. I got like 3 pop-ups to get on their email list for another 5% off. You get free shipping if you get orders like $4 more than what you have in your cart. So they're getting all the pop-ups. But,
it's a data
like
farm company,
30,
man.
$20-$30. I don't know. I mean, it's just
Dude,
weird.
if I had a pair of
Don't be
11s, I would buy their fake 11s just to review them. I might. I mean, dude, you should just buy a pair of the 11s, review them.
I'm out. Here's my only thing with that is you will. I've reviewed fake shoes in the past, and the videos always get copyright claimed or they get taken down for selling fakes or some weird reason. So I've had it happen multiple times. Even with bootlegs, I don't review bootlegs anymore because sometimes you get some weird like strikes, and I'm just like, it's not worth risking it anymore. So
I did not know that. Interesting.
yeah, over the last couple of years, there's been a couple of different deals where it's like, if it's a bootleg, I've had even Nike on TikTok is like striked a video because it's like against their policy or whatever, promoting like fake products. But I don't know. So
That makes sense, though.
but
That's weird.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next thing. Amine. Is that how you say his name? I've never known.
I think so.
It was either Amine or Amine. I think it's Amine. That makes more tracks in my head. But aside from that,
Honestly, completely forgot about this guy until like I remember middle school listening to Amin.
Really?
I just saw this in the news. So I was like, hey, let's talk about it.
I've seen him. He's friends with somebody, in music or fashion that I follow. So I see him like in photos all the time, but I don't follow him personally. But rumor has it, well, not even rumor because we've seen ads for him, but he has a collaboration with New Balance. So I'm excited for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
If you had to guess, what model do you think it's on?
I think so. They posted a teaser to his Instagram, and there's pictures of him holding a 2002R, and it's of a billboard with New Balance and Amine and like bananas on the right and like a crate, and then on the left it says a kid from Portland has his own sneaker, and the caption is Amine
cool.
X New Balance 2023 with a banana emoji. So I think it's going to be something to do with bananas, but my guess would be a 2002R or one of the popular models. Maybe I don't think a 550,
I would think like
maybe a 990.
9060, like the new bulkier, like kind of dad shoe looking one.
That could be, yeah. I think it's a 2002R.
That makes sense. If it's
just
already
a
like
guess.
him holding it in the marketing promo, it'd be weird if they were like, and here's his made in the USA 991. It's like, what? Why was he just?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, it could be something. Who knows?
Huh. I'm interested, especially if it's yellow. I'm assuming it's yellow since, banana kind of themed
Looks like
ads. I'm here for it. I do need a pair of yellow shoes. That's like my favorite color, but I don't own anything yellow.
Get some airships.
Ah,
I got the
yes,
yellow
that's what I
airships, and I
need.
love those.
I'm like looking in my closet right now. I have one yellow shirt. Don't even wear it. Don't even wear it.
hard
But it's my
color to
favorite
rock.
color, so it's fine. My profile picture. Water bottle.
Same.
But, I'm excited. I think it'd be
Slight
cool.
news. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. We'll know more, I'm sure, soon.
Yep.
Let's see what we got. You got it. Take it away.
Hold out. The big news that we've had this week, one of the bigger topics is Nike is trying to find their next big shoe. They have been rumored to be moving around executives in the company trying to come up with the next best thing because, believe it or not, the retros are not selling out anymore and they're sitting on shelves and they're getting frustrated, which we all saw this coming. There was a boom from TikTok and that's just what it was, and they've been milking it as much as they could.
True.
But people don't want it anymore and people want something new. So, and we've been talking about this for a while, how there needs to be a new big shoe. New Balance has kind of filled the gap a little bit. We've seen different creators. Salehi with even Crocs has been something, a new Croc. Like, there's been new stuff, but no new Yeezys. We're just getting old stuff. We're getting old retros. Like reimagines are only so cool. So,
The
what are your
Vomero
thoughts on this?
5s,
Is
like
Nike?
those are having a
How about
hot
this?
moment.
Yeah, it's true. And how about this? So, is Nike even going to be the company to come out with the next big shoe, or is it going to be somebody else? What do you think?
Oh, it's a great question. I feel like I mean, in my opinion, it was like New Balance 2002R was like, is still very, very popular shoe. That's like the shoe that I probably see the most people wearing, at least where I live. But there isn't really anything from Adidas recently. I feel like probably in the next 3 years. I think that's what they said. They announced it like a 2025 or 2026 is going to be the year that they actually go hard, quote unquote, whatever. So I feel like
Supposedly.
by then we'll see Adidas kind of, come out with something that's different. But I'd like to see Nike do something cool. Like I said the other day, it's been a while since I've been actually excited about a new Nike silhouette. I feel like the last one that I was excited about, as far as like brand new, like breakout silhouette, was like the React Element 87s or whatever that
I was never hot
shoe
on
was.
those.
I liked them. I didn't like the material, but the shape I was super into. I never owned a pair, but I thought they looked cool. But especially like the undercover ones they did to start them off. But
I remember those.
they
Yeah.
need a new shoe like that. I feel like they need a new runner. But, they're doing the Vomero 5 right now, and that's having kind of a moment. But they need a new design for a new runner. And then I will be on Team Nike for a month or two. So,
Well, I think
what do you
everyone
think?
would be then.
yeah.
I don't know.
It's going to be the thing.
I'm hoping a company, not one of the big three, Adidas, Nike, Reebok, New Balance, whatever you want to call it, the big four. I'm hoping a new company comes up and just disrupts the whole deal. A company that I've thought's been doing really cool stuff is No Two Ways from the UK. Jake Polino's coming out with some new stuff with Kizzo. Just something new, a new silhouette. And I'm just hoping a new company comes on to the scene and shakes things up a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, it's interesting that they're like subconsciously like being self-aware, but not really at the same time, because this has been like 8 months in the making. Like we all knew this. Everyone who's like actually a sneakerhead knew like we're not going to want retros forever. Like, so I don't know.
Especially
I feel
like
Nike is not aware, but is aware. It's weird.
Exactly. Especially retros that aren't like retros. They're just like messing around. It literally looks like they went to a middle school
It's a
classroom.
fake retro.
Yeah. It's just like, okay, here, everybody design a shoe. We'll make that, we'll make that, we'll make that, we'll make that. Segue into next conversation if you want. That was good, right? That was a great segue.
That was good. Take it away.
I'm pulling it up. Yeah, dude. I saw the original video. I'm not too like well read up on it, but our good buddy Andy, 80 Sneaks, he did, I don't even know what grade he teaches, but he had his class kind of design their own shoes. I don't think he does either. I feel like it would be weird, but logic. But he let his class design a sneaker. I think each kid, designed a shoe, and he basically let the internet decide which shoe got made. And I actually, that happened a few weeks ago, and then I just saw it was either Nice Kicks, Complex, Hypebeast, one of those guys were
Nice
posting
Kicks.
about it. Yeah, they were posting about it and did a whole story on him, and I was like, oh, that's cool, man. The pair turned out really nice, and that's like such a cool way to engage and connect with your students. Like, dude, if I had a teacher that was doing that growing up, I would care about school. Like, that's so sick.
Yeah.
I'd be so into it. But, not everyone is
Yeah,
as lucky.
props to Andy. We got to get him back on the podcast talking about it, because it really cool deal. I mean, it's and JSM Customs. Shout out to you for doing the pair. And then they did something even cooler at the end where they were selling the custom shoes and some of the proceeds, like I think the profits went to the kids. So,
So
pretty cool little deal. So yeah, they had a whole deal with the Utah Jazz where they like presented the shoes to him too, and the mascot from the Utah Jazz came to the kid's house, and it was you got to watch the video. It's a whole deal. I was like pretty blown away by it. But Andy continuing to win, just being an absolute dub. I mean, he's killing it. He's a good role model in the community, which is pretty cool to see.
100%. Such a great way to put it.
So
I like it. Next up, what you got for me,
guys? Quick little touch. I saw a video of Floyd Mayweather, but he had a stack of white Air Forces behind him, and he was talking about how he only wears white Air Forces once. And I think there's, if I'm not mistaken, DaBaby does the same thing. It might be another rapper, but I think there's like every time they go to the store, they buy like 30 pairs of like all white Air Forces, and they wear them once, and then they like, I don't know what they do with them, but what a weird. I get where you wear like a pair of socks once because they're like $4 for a pair of socks, or $10 or $15 if you get a nice pair, but like $100 shoe to like every single time you wear it, like
I've never understood.
I'd get tired of like unlacing them and then taking the shoe tree out, lacing them up the way you want, and then wear them, and then do the same thing every day. I mean, if you have Floyd money, you can do whatever you want, but
yeah,
weird.
I've never understood that about Air Forces. I mean, it makes sense because they crease up allegedly so much, so it's like you don't want them to look worn. But if that's what you want, don't wear a shoe that makes it look like bad after you wear it once. I'm just like, there's so many other shoes out there to just be like, I will only wear this shoe for the rest of my life, and I will wear one a day, and I will get rid of that shoe after I wear it because I have to look fresh.
It's just a weird deal. I don't know. It's like a weird flex too.
Who cares that much? Donate the money to charity, which I guess kind of you are if you're giving the shoe away, but we don't know who he's giving them to.
Weird one. But yeah, Floyd.
I like it. What you got next? I think that's all I really had.
I see you looking at me because I don't think you know about this, but
I don't know what any of these last two are that we wrote down. So
we got Kyrie's new sneaker deal, and then this wrestler named Young Buck, which I thought it was the WWE, but it wasn't. It was the All Elite Wrestling viral video of him like jumping off the rope, like going back against the rope and launching into another guy that was like on his hands and knees, like just got wrestled or whatever happens. I don't watch wrestling, but then
just got wrestled to the ground.
He like kicked him in the head, but then there was like a popper, like a sparkler, and the Jordan 1 Spider-Man that he was wearing like exploded, and there's like a whole burn mark on the shoe, and it was like this whole deal. If you haven't seen the video,
what, dude?
Go watch the video, because it's, if you're on the YouTube, maybe we'll plug it on there, but it's a crazy, like, I don't know, wrestling remains undefeated. It was kind of wild. I just wanted to touch on it because it's pretty funny video. But
what is it? I think I saw the photo of the sneakers like after that, like how it was kind of like melted on the side. So I saw that, and I think I swiped over, saw like the beginning of the video, and I was like, I don't know what this is, and I just kept scrolling. But that's fascinating. So strange.
Yeah. So I just wanted to touch on that. But another big one that we have is this will be the last topic before we talk about some unreleased shoes. Couple shoes at the end. Kyrie Irving is possibly getting a new sneaker deal. He's had a whole bunch of issues with, I can't even remember what he was, something where he said some stuff was not good stuff. I can't remember exactly what he said, but Nike dropped his contract, and so he couldn't wear Kyrie's, and Kyrie's are up there with Kobe's and KD's and LeBron's and some of the best hoop shoes. I remember when I was playing hoops growing up, like Kyrie's that was it. Like you wanted a pair of Kyrie's or Kobe's, and so there's rumors he was on Instagram Live talking about a possible new shoe deal because his shoe is like there's a huge stock behind it. Like they're really well known, and so a
Yeah.
couple of the companies that may be rumored are Puma, which I haven't heard a lot from Puma recently. Nothing
The
crazy, which I
Mellows,
think
though.
would be a good move for them. Kind of take a risk, maybe something
Yeah.
happens, and Reebok, which is the same deal. There hasn't been really anything too exciting from them, so I don't know. Kind of
Especially in the
interesting.
bat, as like, does Reebok have? I mean, aside from like the questions, but like a modern basketball shoe that's hot right now that I'm not aware
No,
of? Because I can't
not a
think of
basketball
any.
shoe. The only shoe I can think of that Reebok's like popular for is their Club C as well. But the answer is like,
Yeah, I see
yeah, I
the
mean, there's
question answers all the time. Or we used to get them when I
nothing.
worked at Foot Locker all the time. But huh?
They still get them. I was just at the mall and I saw a pair in Champs
Yeah,
the other day.
I've always wanted
But
a pair of questions, man, but I just can't pull them off. I love the style
yeah, I
of it.
can't either.
It's like
But
a.
yeah, who knows? Maybe
I
Puma
just
or
don't know.
Reebok gets a home run. Who knows?
Who would you prefer? I feel like Puma kind of makes more sense, but I'd be
Puma.
really excited to see what someone with that star power could do for Reebok. Because, like, that's like
Yeah.
essentially if like Kanye went to Reebok, like it's a huge name. He's not going to
Yeah.
obviously, I mean, like, in his career, like lifespan, he'll probably design like a ton of shoes for them. And that alone would bring so much hype to the brand, bring more collaborators to the brand. They'd invest more
Hmm.
resources in designing new silhouettes. And I'm like, I feel like that could be cool. Because I love Reebok. I love Reebok. But
Yeah. No, I do too. I think if I had to pick, I would go Puma just because I'm a
it'd be
Puma fan and
easy.
I've gotten some of their
Yeah.
shoes recently. But yeah,
I like that. Yeah, I've been wanting a pair
interesting.
of Club C's. I've also been wanting a pair of Suedes from Puma. So I'm like, I still really want that pink pair, dude. The pink pair of Suedes. I don't know what it is, but they are all over my Explore page on Instagram. It's like once a day I see a pair and I'm just like, I want it. I know a lot of
Yeah,
people got
it's
them for free and I'm bummed. I'm like, dang it.
the I got a couple of pairs of the suedes and my feet are too wide for them. They just don't work
They are
at
very
all.
narrow.
But they're cool.
Huh.
Classics. But
Interesting.
yeah.
Cool. So, dude, you want to share your screen? We can check out some sneakers coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you want to look at today? House of Heat, nice. Who are you thinking?
We'll go House of Heat since I got it open.
Bingo, bingo.
So
Saucony. What is that?
yeah, that was the first one. I was just looking at these. So do you want to talk about these?
I don't even know what they are. The High Snobiety and Saucony ProGrid Triumph 4. Oh, it's available now too. So it's like a. I'm trying to think
Oh.
what to compare it to. Let's see actual photos. Kind of like a 1906 R from New Balance. It's really tapping into the silver kind of runner dad shoe aesthetic that's really big right now. I think it's cool. I really like the pair that's kind of more of a beige look instead of the one that's green and red, just because that really screams. I mean, my dad was a runner growing up, and I'm 100% sure he owned this exact shoe. So it's just that kind of shoe. But the beige one looks really sick. Full mesh upper, Saucony logo in the middle. Nothing
Yeah,
too
that mesh
crazy,
looks
but
nice.
I don't mind it. Does it say what they go for retail? What does that say? It's too small on my screen.
230.
That's how you know it's
Spendy.
good. That's how you know it's good, though. Because if it was
That's true.
120 or 100, mid shoe. But if it's a $200 running shoe, that's good.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, that's I don't know. It's
fine.
230, that little turn off, but
Yeah, I could
it's
never.
not bad.
What's another cool shoe on this list?
We oh, I want to talk about these. So I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. Jaquimus.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good try. At least.
JACQUEMUS. Nike Air Force One releasing June 13th. I didn't know they were coming out so quickly. They're kind of wild looking. I remember seeing pictures of these. There's a black and a white version. Think of, if you're listening, think of the Jordan 1 High Union that's coming out at the end of the year. And they essentially just put that on the midsole on this shoe. And then it's a very tactile outsole that looks like a Tom Sachs general purpose outsole. And that's the whole shoe. And it's got a mini silver swoosh on the mid panel. Honestly, I think they're really cool. That white pair is pretty sweet.
I'm just confused. I think that's all I can say. Like it looks cool. Like I'm trying to figure out if it is trying to be like a moccasin or if it's trying to be like, you know, a sneaker, but just to kind of make it look a little different. So it's weird. I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I definitely wanted to talk about it, but
what's retail?
I mean, something to note, 150.
Okay. Not bad.
So
not bad.
I feel like I just want to know how they feel on foot, but other than that,
same.
But another one I wanted to talk about was the Jordan 1 Low, the University Red. We finally got photos of people having them in hand. You haven't gotten these yet, have you?
No. That would be cool.
So these are cool. They look exactly like the 2016, 2017 pair, whatever the year that came out.
The metallics.
Literally look the exact same. Nothing's changed. Maybe some updated materials, but yeah, I mean, I definitely need a pair of these.
I like them. I kind of wish the outsole was white or black, maybe, instead of red on the outsole. I feel like it makes it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little like too much. Like they should have done. I guess the neutral grays have like a gray outsole, so it's supposed to.
I like the red bottom.
Or like a dark gray. Yeah. That's my only gripe with it. Looks cool. I love that the wings logo is stitched. That's perfect.
Oh, that's very nice.
That's what they should have done. Sick. I like it. Retail is probably 140 now for Lowe's?
It's getting up there.
That's what they're. Is that what it is? Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's 140. We kind of talked about these last week. Seth really likes them. The John Solomon, the XT Wings 2 collab, all white, some blue accents.
I need it.
I pass.
I don't know why.
Too simple. Too simple for the, what's the retail, like 190?
Probably more.
I think it's got to be at least 190.
Yeah.
What are the XT4s are like 180, 190, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Anything else you want to add to this? I know we talked about it last week, but
I got nothing.
Okay.
But I want it.
Let's keep it rolling then. Let's talk about honestly, there's not a ton since last week.
Nothing that's like really exciting, which bums me out, man. It bums me out.
Yeah,
like, why is there nothing about? I mean, I guess not that there's nothing exciting. Oh, that's
maybe
a
this
good
will
choice.
be our last one. Then
good choice.
This we're getting another airship. This is the Tech Gray. Think of the Every Games, but it's just gray suede instead of blue. And I actually already ordered a pair of these on Goat like 2 days ago.
What was how are they going right now?
They're like 170. Retail's 140.
Ooh.
So
suede looks good.
Hopefully they get. I guess they release tomorrow. Yeah, they do. What? Where do they release?
That's weird. Are they on sneakers? I don't think so.
No.
I haven't seen anything about them being on
Might
sneakers.
be like a weird End or some weird website release.
It may be because that's what they just did with I think it was the coconut milk Jordan 1 Low, the ones that kind of look like they're flipped
They did
inside
with the
out.
clots too. It was like a weird
Did they?
website.
Yeah, because I had a few people DM me being like, "Hey, do you know when the coconut milks are dropping?" I was like, "It should be tomorrow, but I don't know where you can get them."
Well,
Do you
that's
get
like
that a lot?
the sneaker news videos I do at the beginning of the week. I talk about shoes that are dropping, and I didn't include these because I didn't even know that they were dropping tomorrow.
Oh, it's tough, man. I'm just gonna start sending people that video you post every week when they're like, "When do these come out?" I'm just gonna be like, "Watch this Winona Kicks video."
They release in 5 days on feature. Other than that, I'm not seeing anything. So, I don't know. Stay on the lookout.
I like 'em.
It's a cool pair. Looks
I
like
like
a
'em.
really good everyday shoe.
Yeah. What did you say about the sizing for airships? Are they about the same
June
as Jordan
6th, they're
1s?
releasing on sneakers, it looks like, in feature and takeout. Go up half a size. The toe box pretty tight. I'm a 10.5 in Jordan 1s. I went an 11 in these, and they fit good. So you can go up half. You should be fine. I tend to have wide feet, too. So go up half. You should be good. But, yeah, I like those a lot. I'm excited to get my
Noted.
pair in.
I would get them. I mean, like, easily top 3 airships. I don't even know what the top 3 would be. Then, aside
The green
from
ones, the yellow, the every games,
yeah,
and then maybe those. Omniers are cool just because they're limited, but they're too simple.
yeah, I agree. I'd rather have a unique color, green and yellow, or that's it, dude.
Easy to rock. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. That's all I got.
Sweet.
That's all
I
you got.
man. Thank
I
you for
hope.
listening.
Thank
We
you.
will drop another episode next week, and we will have a couple of clips out this week as well. So stay tuned on Instagram. And if you're
Yes, sir.
watching or listening, what should the emoji be this week? If you made it to the end of the episode, post this to your story, and we will repost the story,
Oh,
showing that you really support us. Seth is going to give us the emoji to put on your story.
let me look. I was having fun with emojis the other night. Just do the 100. Just do the 100 emoji. Just easy.
I like that
100
one.
with the
That's
line
a good
through
one.
it. It's basic.
All right, 100. If you made it this far, post a little screenshot with the 100 emoji. We'll repost it, give you some love because you're giving us some love. So, other than that, thank you for listening. We'll catch you later.
Peace.